Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie and today we are talking about wallpaper. I am so excited to be discussing one of my favorite topics. With so many different styles and trends on the market today, really, how do you narrow down your choices? If you've always wanted to try wallpaper in your home but not quite sure where to start, this video is for you. After my 10 easy ways to make your home look more expensive video, I listed wallpaper as one of the chief ways to add luxury to your home. And it was really met with different responses across the board. I had half of the viewers who totally agreed, and you probably have used wallpaper in your home before and you can really attest to the visual impact. And the other half of the viewers were completely mortified. And I understand, I get it. I think you may not have found the paper that was right for your space or your project. My goal from this video is to show you that there is a variety, endless options of wallpaper on the market today that will suit your style, your budget, your space, your needs, your project. There is virtually something for everyone, and I am going to prove it with this video. So when do you use wallpaper? You simply use wallpaper because you want to draw a visual interest and impact to a certain space in your home. If you're using wallpaper on the walls, flat walls are best. I want you to examine the texture on your walls right now. If you have a smooth, flat surface, that is the perfect spot to use wallpaper. If you have textured walls, maybe there's a little bit of grooves on it, maybe your contractor oversprayed with the texture. Texture is not great for wallpaper because wallpaper needs a very flat surface to adhere to. Angled walls are a little bit trickier to match up patterns if there's a pattern in your wallpaper. And curved walls, you typically want to use wallpaper on smooth, flat surfaces. Don't confine wallpaper to just walls. Think any flat surface. Ceilings, cabinets, the back of shelving. Just not on a flat tabletop surface because water can seep in and destroy the paper and of course warp it. What you're essentially looking for is a vertical surface that you can apply wallpaper to. A common question I get asked is, where in the home can I apply wallpaper? And the simple answer is anywhere that heat and humidity doesn't lie. So if you have a sunroom that gets a lot of heat and humidity, a lot of afternoon sun that's kind of blazing in, you can technically use wallpaper, but a lot of the times the heat and the humidity and the moisture that's inherent in that room could warp the paper or peel. And of course, you're also factoring in, that heavy sunlight, which could also fade your paper. So if you're looking to install it in a sunroom or a patio, you want to look at the fade resistance of the paper, and of course it'll say it right on the label. If you're looking to install this in a bathroom, bathrooms are a little bit trickier. Can you install wallpaper in a bathroom? Absolutely. But you can't just install a typical paper-backed wallpaper. You have to look for something that's commercially graded or vinyl. Those types of papers are actually coded for wet areas. So just think hotels and hotel suites. You'll probably walk into a hotel suite and see the entire bathroom lined in wallpaper. That is a commercially graded wallpaper that is suitable for wet and humid areas. Keeping those key tips in mind, every other room in the home is good to go. What types of wall covering are available on the market today? I mean, the list is endless. There are so many different types of wallpaper, from woven to non-woven to vinyl, commercially graded, 3D printing, 3D textured. You can travel to an exotic location, take a picture of a really beautiful landscape, send that in and get a custom mural printed exactly like your image. I mean, the options are virtually endless. But with so many endless options on the market, you may be paralyzed and not even know where to start. Here are my top 10 do's and don'ts for considering wallpaper in your home. Do start with the style of the room and the feeling that you're trying to convey. If your style is contemporary or transitional, think about using natural woven wall coverings. These are materials that could be found in nature, like linen, cotton, grass cloth, sisal. They add texture to the walls without overpowering the space. If your style is a little bit more traditional, think about damask, chintz, or chinoiserie to help elevate the vibe of a room. If your style is more feminine, try overscale florals for a romantic vibe. If your style is more nature-inspired, try a landscape mural that flows from wall to wall. Mid-century modern vibes are all about geometrics. If your style is more minimal, look for anything with texture or fabric backs. These papers could add a splash of color where you need it most. If you don't know what your style is, just think about the feeling that you're trying to invoke. Is the space fun, funky, inviting, glamorous, dramatic? Start with the feeling and allow the paper to help elicit that mood. Do choose a color or a pattern you absolutely love. The same rule applies to furniture. The same rule applies to artwork, accessories, and home decor. If you love the look, you'll find a place in your home to let that paper shine. This is actually the same rule that I apply to shopping for my closet. I rarely go out and shop for a specific occasion. I usually just browse, and whatever catches my eye, I'll purchase. Then when the occasion comes up, I'm not desperate for a look, and I really am just pulling something from my closet that I cannot wait to wear. Don't go overboard simply to make a statement. If this is your first time using wall covering, start small until you're absolutely sure. Try lining the back of your bookshelf with a fun graphic paper, or a small linen closet, or even a niche or an alcove. You can also try wallpaper on the front of your cabinets for a mini facelift. Take a note from my laundry mistakes design video and install a graphic paper for that element of surprise in the laundry room. Once you grow accustomed to the look, you can then venture onto wall-to-wall wall covering in your favorite room in the home. Do hire a professional to install the paper. If it's a small area, feel free to DIY it. It will save you money to DIY, so make sure you watch some YouTube videos for tips on applications, or you will spend wasted time, effort, and money redoing what you did wrong. Remember that if you're DIYing a wallpaper project, the surface must be prepped with a primer beforehand. For a wall-to-wall wall covering, you absolutely need to hire a professional. It's tricky to line all the patterns up, and it really is an art form. Look to spend around $75 to $150 per roll for expert installation. The more difficult the paper is to maneuver, it's usually based on the size, the thickness, and the texture, the more the installer will charge. It's the same way I feel about a contractor. You can skimp on the materials, but splurge on the installation. A really great installer is going to make your paper and the space look and feel like $1,000,000. There is absolutely nothing worse than crooked, sagging, peeling, and unmatched paper. Remember my motto, buy well, cry once. Don't paper every single room in the home. Wallpaper should feel special and installed to make a wow statement. Whether that statement is a bold, in-your-face pattern or a more muted color story meant to elicit a feeling of calm and serenity. It helps to visualize the feeling of the space and use wallpaper to help achieve that desired vibe. Too much of a good thing sometimes becomes bad, so choose the space wisely. Do have your furniture in place before you select the wallpaper. Just like how I feel about paint, you can pretty much tailor a paper around the vibe of your space. Some wallpapers come in multiple colorways of the same pattern and design, so once you pick your furnishings, choose a complementary or a contrasting color to suit your design intent. Wallpaper is the perfect solution if you already have furniture in the room, you hate the paint color, and you're looking for a fresh update. Don't paper an accent wall just to give it a pop. It's like picking out the perfect outfit and you're looking fresh to death from head to toe, then all of a sudden you change your shoes at the last minute because you felt your ensemble needed a wow element. It could end up looking tacky instead of well thought out. Sometimes subtlety is the best design move you can make for a fully furnished space. If you choose a wall covering for a focal wall, make sure that it complements all the other furnishings in the space. Do use wallpaper to highlight architectural details of a room. If you have panel molding on the walls, think about lining the interior insets of the molding with wallpaper. If you have wainscoting on your walls, try papering just the upper half of the walls to add some visual interest. You can also add wallpapers to the underside of beam ceilings like I did in my DIY bathroom makeover, or even inside coffered ceilings to visually command attention and help draw the eyes up into the space. Don't pick a wallpaper that you can mimic with paint. The beauty of wallpaper is that the visual impact will give you depth and dimension to the room. If you can recreate the same look with paint, it's smarter to go with a paint application that can easily be painted over. But if you're looking for a three-dimensional quality to your walls, try a wallpaper that looks like stone, wood, leather, or even ones with a fabric-like surface. Do buy all of your rolls at the same time. Wallpaper rolls are printed in a sequential order from a printer. The printer can pretty much print the exact same roll in different colors because of how much color is in the ink feed at a very specific time. This is what's considered a die lot. So if you purchase one roll at one time and you purchase the exact same roll like a month later, there's no guarantee that the colors will be exactly the same. The color difference will totally be visible on your walls, so definitely estimate accordingly, add a little overage, and buy all of your rolls at the same time. Wallpaper is not cheap to source or install, and I know it's a huge commitment. So before you choose which wallpaper is right for you, keep these tips in mind. Always get samples. Why do you need samples? It's the same reason why you need samples of paint. You want to make sure that you tack those samples up in your walls, maybe up in the room, walk back and forth, live with it for a little bit before you actually commit to the paper. Look for large-scale images online. Pinterest and Instagram is a really great resource for this, even Google. Once you find a paper you love, make sure you see it installed in a room. If you like it in a large-scale format, you'll most likely love it in your space. If you can't fully commit, look to source removable decals. Removable decals are just like peel and stick wallpaper. The beauty of temporary wallpaper is that you can change your mind at any time without fully committing to the cost, the budget, or the time. But a word to the wise with peel and stick wallpaper, if you don't put extra adhesive on the back of peel and stick wallpaper, I know it already comes with adhesive, but if you don't put that extra adhesive on the back of it, you can anticipate that that wallpaper is going to fall right off your walls, especially if the walls aren't prepped or primed. So a common question that I get asked about wallpaper is if peel and stick wallpaper is good. Yes, it's good for a temporary fix. It's great for apartments. It's great for rentals. But for long-term wallpaper application, I'm gonna say stick to a traditional variety that you need an adhesive to install. Finally, take your time to source the perfect wallpaper. Pin as many images as you can, get as many samples as you can, live with the paper for a while before you fully commit. And remember that this is your home. This is not your friend's home. It's not your extended family's home. If you go with your gut, you will always be right. I personally use wallpaper in every single one of my client projects. I pick a really specific room. It could be a home office. It could be a powder bathroom. It could be the primary bedroom where I really want to create a wow factor and make a statement. Sometimes that statement envelops you in like a really cozy romantic vibe. Sometimes that statement makes an impact for guests when it's a powder bathroom. It's a great way for me to personalize a space while adding color and texture to the walls. Before I understood the impact of wallpaper, I really never thought to use it. I always thought that paint was going to give you that same impact. And then slowly, as I started traveling more, I really started noticing everywhere that was lined with wallpaper. It could be costly. You have to commit. There are so many options. You might be overwhelmed. But trust me, once you find the paper that you love, you will never look back. I'll be linking some of my favorite online vendors for wallpaper below. My advice when navigating these sites is to filter by color, filter by pattern, filter by graphic, or filter by the feeling that you're trying to go for. If you like this type of content, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you have any questions on where to use wallpaper in your home. I'll be sure to give you some design advice and maybe even help you pick out some colors and patterns. Share this video with anyone you know who needs help choosing wallpaper, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.